Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to our channel.
Muslim parenting in the West. Should we celebrate birthdays in a Muslim household? I say no.
And I say yes.
Nausheen, we know from our prophetic tradition that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to fast on Mondays, but he wasn't fasting on Mondays because it was his day of birth only. He was also signifying Monday as the day of revelation. And he wasn't fasting once a year on a Monday. He was fasting every Mondays and Thursdays. So none of our prophetic tradition points towards fasting or celebrating with parties and gifts and inviting people once a year, make it almost like a ritual. So if our prophetic tradition, if our hadith is never pointing towards signifying this once a year birthday, then why should we? So therefore I said no.
However, it does not say that it is forbidden or unlawful anywhere, right? So I think, in my personal opinion, I don't think we need to spend
$1.400 billion
on a birthday party or celebrating it or even acknowledging it. But I think if we keep it in limitation, you know, having it for our loved ones, just a little acknowledgement with a small gift, a birthday cake. I'm not saying to sing or dance or have candles as a ritual, but just a small get together that we've been doing for our daughter and for ourselves, you know, the past few years. And, you know, I don't think it's harmful.
Well, I can appreciate you saying limitations, but where do you really draw the line?
I saw that. I told you.
Where do you draw the line?
I told you.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Thank you for muting her mic. But if you ask someone to visualize birthdays, right? Birthday celebration, anybody in this country to imagine that, some of the things that they would tell you is that birthday contains of singing, there's music, there is cake with candles and the blowing ritual. So while I want to make it clear that I'm not against meeting with people, gift giving, any of those activities independently, but birthday is a man-made innovation that we put all those components together, and they are some of the necessary components: singing, blowing candles, gift giving once a year. It's an innovation. If you look back at the history books, it was started by the pharaohs, by those bad pharaohs. It was by bad people.
Bad people.
And yes, Nausheen, fine. You can say that, okay, we won't be doing any singing or dancing during our birthday celebration with our children, but birthday, I feel, is a gateway. It's like a doorway for years to come for our children to be open to those components even more. Music, dancing, extravagant spending. Rather, that money could have been spent on better places like feeding the poor and needy. Again, it takes away the focus from deen and puts more focus on dunya. Again, we have to balance both, of course. But I'm saying that by opening the gateway to birthday once a year, signifying it, our children are, in years to come, in our absence in the future to come, they will be desensitized to birthdays, and then maybe they'll incorporate other components of birthdays, which is what's wrong with having some singing and dancing and some other stuff to it in the future, because our parents used to acknowledge birthdays anyway, so it's not a bad thing.
True. However, when they go to school, they're going to be exposed to birthday parties anyway. So regardless if we celebrate or we don't, they're going to see these celebrations within their classmates. They're going to be invited to birthday parties. They're going to hear about all of that. So it's not like, you know, us not celebrating, they're just not going to know anything about birthdays and the rituals and everything. I mean, Safa already knows about birthdays through, like, you know, the TV shows she watches and the books she reads. They all have birthday parties and they have all the rituals. It's our job as parents to, like I said, draw the line. Tell them, like, why we don't do certain things. Why don't we make it into a big deal? Why don't we sing and dance and blow candles? And why is it different for us, the way we acknowledge it within our own set limitations?
Nausheen, if I were to take that argument of yours, then fine. We don't celebrate Christmas, Halloween, or Valentine's Day either. We don't celebrate them. They will be exposed to it in school, and they will be exposed to it through their friends, but we don't celebrate them. We don't acknowledge them here. Same way, I'm saying we shouldn't even acknowledge birthdays. Yes, they will be exposed to it outside, but we said it's not part of our deen.
Right. So those celebrations that you're bringing up, Christmas, Valentine's, what else? Halloween, those have like religious backgrounds to it. So that right there is an absolute no. You know, there's like an absolute no. And then birthday is a
And its
completely
birthday is an innovation by the pharaohs.
It's not a religious holiday. So see, this argument can go on forever, and I'm sure it could in different households as well. You know, where one person agrees and one person disagrees, or you have your differences.
We want to also make sure that we are not judging anybody out there who are celebrating birthdays or not. This is simply, as a family, we have chosen to take a compromised direction. Yeah. And that compromised direction is what?
So our compromise is to, obviously, the wife always wins, so there's always a limitation. However, we do plan to, limit the way we're celebrating it. Whereas, so Safa is only 3, so we've had 3 birthdays, right? And honestly, they haven't really been big. It's always been really close friends or something smaller. And I think as she gets older and she's, more aware of her birthday celebrations coming up, we're probably going to limit it down to just a family dinner, something very simple, not have her expectations through the roof. And even our own birthdays,
Yeah,
I like
Nausheen still acknowledges my birthday. She still gets me birthday gifts, although I don't want to acknowledge
and
it. But
he got me my birthday gift this year, so we do acknowledge it, and we do, in a small limitation, do celebrate each other's day. So
yeah, to be quite honest with you, I don't think it's like Nausheen was saying, unlawful to exchange gifts. As long as we're not making it an extravagant celebration. So yes, if it puts a smile in a family member's face, I am certainly open to that, because again, it's sunnah. So that is our compromise approach. We hope you were able to get some benefit out of it. And of course, many of you will agree or disagree, but please put them in your comments. Please let us know if there are any other topics you want us to cover in the future. And be sure to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed it or maybe disliked this video. Until then,
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.